Again, I'm a voyeur, so I love it. I'll watch it. I don't,
It was definitely.
Sideshows that would come in and stuff. Do you still do those?
Yeah.
Oh, and the butterflies, before you get on, you're waiting in line.
Certified freak.
Attention shoppers, Gelsomino here with
Marilu.
How is everybody this evening? Wow, look at everybody in the chat.
Wow.
What's weird is the chat is not showing up on my screen other than on the live stream. So we got, looks like we got Jason, Brian, John, Bubbles, Migote, and Jason again. And the Merce Sausage from Scottsdale, Arizona.
And Ronnie's here from Florida.
Ronnie from Florida. Can we go international? Is anybody from out of the country watching?
I don't think so.
Can we make this an international stream? Because right now we're national. What do you think, Marilu?
I don't know if there's any. Hello, Victor. I don't know if there's anyone.
What's up, Victor? I was just thinking he said, "What's up, nerds?" and I wanted to respond, "What up, dork?" I use that term in a very affectionate way.
Oh, do you?
So, if I missed anybody on the chat, my actual chat where I can see your stuff is not loading. So,
I wonder why.
Hopefully, nobody says anything naughty. Marilu, you seem busy. What's going on?
No, I'm just trying to. I had stuff that was sitting on my desk, and I'm trying to get it out of here or move on.
Keith, the man, the myth, the legend. You know what? I'm gonna jump into a subject really quick that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Jason was the first one in the chat. I think you better talk to the Merce Sausage about that. Who was actually first? Because I think he might have some strong feelings about that.
About that, you think?
So I was chatting with a friend of mine about the club, and they attend other events throughout the city, things like a Club Pittsburgh and other sex positive events, kinky events, so on and so forth. And he was sharing with me. I'm going to tie this in quickly because this ties directly back to Keith. So to Keith, yes, to Keith. Keith is the key to this entire story.
Okay.
So, as many of you know, it's quite obvious that we had a little bit of a name change. And we now refer to the body shop as the shop. It's reflected in the logo. And we added the term social lounge. And the reason for adding the term social lounge is that what we found over the last several years is that our members, the club's members, have shifted from being more sex focused to being more socially focused. Meaning they're more interested in making social connections first than just, hey, let's go jump in the sack.
Right.
Certainly there's room for that.
Yeah.
But the focus has shifted over the last couple of years. So that's the primary reason for the name change, to signal to people who would come to the club or apply to become members to know that we are a social first club. So back to the story. This person is telling me that there are some people in the kink and BDSM community that were sort of frowning upon this with the thought that somehow the club was trying to push the kinksters and the BDSM people out.
Okay.
Now, how does Keith tie into this story?
I know.
Keith ties into this story because when we did the renovation back in September, we not only increased the size of the dungeon to accommodate the kinksters better, to give them more play space, to give them, a much wider berth to stand, be in the space and be a voyeur and all that, sitting, everything. Keith is the person who literally laid the carpeting in that space to make it as beautiful as it has become.
Yes.
So to anybody that you talk to who says anything negative about the club, like, oh, they're trying to push out queer people, or they're trying to push out kinksters, or they're trying to, absolutely not. Consider me the little tiny woman from the movie Poltergeist, and I'm saying, all are welcome. All come to the light.
Or as Morbid Hoagie says, that's crazy talk because that dungeon is lit.
Right. Like, the whole reason for doing that move wasn't to paint the walls black and move the DJ booth and make the dance floor smaller, which, by the way, I caught shit for from some of our other members for making the dance floor smaller. It was to make the dungeon so fucking cool. And there are people that have put their blood, sweat, and tears into helping manage that dungeon and make it the way it is. You know, Russ from Rope Bite, you know, Pete and Joe and Hope and Austin and Carol and all the people who put their blood, sweat, and tears into this. We love the kink community. We love the queer community. We love you guys. We want you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
I'm a kinky motherfucker too.
Oh, well, I mean, we've been doing this long enough, 20 years, where there's always somebody who skews any changes into a negative. So, hey.
Well, I did what I wanted.
Yeah. You calling them out. No.
No, I just, if somebody hears that, and obviously somebody heard that,
mm-hmm.
Please set them straight.
Yeah, let them know. Yeah. And also too, like, a lot of times the people that are spreading rumors like that aren't even members of the club. It's something that kind of happens off and on, but we're here for everybody. We always have been. And it's interesting to hear also from like other club owners and stuff that are like, oh yeah, the two don't mix. And it's like, no, they do. Actually, they all mix because we're all here for the same thing: to be authentic, to be ourselves, to be around other people who understand us, who are like-minded, where there's no judgment whatsoever. So, take it for what it is. Enjoy the space. That's what we're here for.
I mentioned one person in particular when I was talking about people that support the club, and his name is Pete Lundquist.
Yes.
And some of you know him. He's very open in the community. He's been a part of it for several years, and he shared this thing with me last week, and he shared with me before, but he really placed an emphasis on it this past week. And he says, we find comfort in knowing we are not alone. Yeah. And I really took that to heart.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's now on the front page of the website.
Yeah.
And what that means is that, we all think we are another. We all think we are alone. And we all think that there is nobody like us. But the truth of the matter is that you are not alone. And there is a space for you. And it is at the shop.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So anyway, I digress. Can we talk about humping?
Sure. Oh, darn. I missed my thing.
What?
I had my little thing of the screening. Of like what they were called and so forth. But anywho. But yes, let's talk about humping.
So this past Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this past Friday, Marilu had been communicating with Aaron, one of the owners of the Parkway Theater over in Stowe Township.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, we've done some meet and greets there. And Marilu had been pushing Aaron to apply for becoming one of the theaters to show Dan Savage's Hump Film Festival.
Right.
Well, he finally got it. And it was this past Friday. There was, I think, 4 showings. We went to the 6:30 showing on Friday. Marilu and a bunch of other shoppers from the club. And I am sad that I missed the first 19 of them.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad.
Well, first of all, it was fucking fantastic.
Yes.
Even the weirdest shit that they show that was viewed, excuse me, some of which was intense. It was fantastic. I was blown away by the creativity, the complete. It didn't seem like there was one that was anything like the other.
No, they were all different in so many ways.
So, I still have to vote, by the way.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. But I am really, if you have the opportunity, if it is somewhere else, oh, okay. So Marilu just sent me a link to the streaming library of the last 19 seasons. Well, I know what I'll be doing for a while. I can't put it in the chat.
You have to take out the HTTPS.
No, I'm saying I can't.
You can't get in on the chat?
Yeah, I can't see my chat to plug it in. So anyway, if you had the opportunity to go see it, I don't know if that even exists, but it was fantastic, and I had a lot of fun watching that. Got to meet some and talk to some people that I really hadn't met before from the club. I had a lot of fun doing that. Here we go. There's the link to the other Hump Film festivals.
Yeah. So the next nearest show will be this weekend in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Holy crap. Well, don't go driving to Cincinnati. But for those of you in Cincinnati, we recommend you going to see Dan Savage's Hump Film Festival.
Yes, definitely.
What did you think, Marilu?
I loved it.
I could tell you were so fucking fun sitting next to, because you were just going bonkers laughing.
Oh, I was, and so were some people in front of me. That I was, everyone else. It was very captivating. I will say that for me personally, there were like 2 that I was kind of like,
Was it the polar bears?
And not so much the polar bear one. More the
mud bath.
Yeah. I loved it. It was very sensual. It was like on par, for something that I would be into. But the minute that the person kind of got held under the mud, and all of a sudden all you saw was like bubbles coming up, and I'm like, they're drowning them in mud. It kind of freaked me out. I'm not one for drowning. I mean, I don't think most people are. But that one, and I think it was that one, and there was another one that just kind of was like, eh. Oh,
I guess you can watch it online.
Yeah, you can watch it online now.
Okay.
But
yes.
Yeah, the other one was the tickle one, because I'm not one for getting tickled.
Mm-hmm.
So that one to me was kind of like, get away, don't tickle.
So I was talking to, I think it was Brian. I don't know if Brian's still in here or not. By the way, what's up, Morbid Hoagie? I don't think I actually said hi to you, buddy. Thanks for being here. El Sofa.
Huh?
Do you remember El Sofa?
Yes.
Okay.
That one was very dear to my heart.
I was talking to Brian about it, and I said, either A, I'm going to be dead. B, hopefully I'm doing something, at least something a little different. Or C, I'm going to be that old guy at 77 years old scraping cum off the glory hole walls.
So El Sofa is basically a short documentary about working at a porn cinema, and that it isn't as exciting as it seems. So going behind the curtain of a place that's actually called El Sofá, which is the couch, in Benidorm, Spain. And you get to learn the ins and outs of the business. This gentleman has been there for 30 years.
I'm approaching that number, by the way.
I know. And it was interesting because he's like, we started out as just like, we were porn cinema, the triple X, and then, come to realize that after a few years, people weren't actually coming for the porn as much as they were coming for the glory holes and the couch.
Yeah.
So there was a pivot of the business mantra there. But he, one of the things that he also noted was that, this wasn't the career path that he thought he was going to take after getting out of, college and so forth. And yet that it's very lonely because people don't understand it. As in being an educated person, why they're choosing to do what they do.
Did you want to speak about your favorite one?
Okay, well, there were a couple that I particularly liked. One of them was called The Little Sock of Whores. And the other one was Scrotalus. So,
Why were what made those your favorite?
It's interesting. They both were about creatures in their natural habitat, in a sense. The way they were filmed, the stopgap kind of structure to their filming, and then the Little Sock of Horrors kind of took me back to a different time in my life where I was actually taking care of a teenage boy and finding socks everywhere and coming to the realization of what they were being used for.
We've discussed ad nauseum the use of socks as cleanup materials.
Yeah.
And I can just honestly say I've never done that. I don't understand it. You're gonna wipe your wiener with a dirty sock. Like, you got to go shower anyway at that point because you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. But that one was
that's judgy.
Those two were very interesting for me. And you know what's even more interesting? The Little Sock of Horrors. It's only played in the theater series. You cannot stream it on TV on the off the website. That is the only one.
Yeah. Interesting. I wonder why.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, whew, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs being had while we were there. It was just unfreaking believable. And just it was great to see members out as well, because it was part of our kind of meet and greet series for a few people. And so yeah, to see people in the theater laughing and so forth, and being able to partake in it was a lot of fun for me. How about you?
What about me?
What was your take overall?
Oh, I said I had a great time. I was sad I missed the first 19 of them. I said, yeah, it was it was fun.
Cool. Well, this was, I don't know if you realize, this was only part 1.
Mm-hmm.
So in the fall, they'll be releasing part 2. You know, we haven't gotten the dates on that. Excuse me. Part 2 as of yet, but we do know that the tickets will go on sale sometime in June.
Okay. Well, we'll keep on the lookout for that.
Yep. We definitely will. But yeah, some of the movies were pretty, you know, the clips were pretty interesting. A lot of them were very erotic, which is, you know, what part of the whole thing is about.
Cool.
Cool.
Can we take a serious turn for a moment?
Sure.
So there's a pretty important policy update to the club, and the purpose of the policy update is to make it very clear what the boundaries are when interacting with other people, both on the website and in person. And to be blunt, when we talk about making the approach and how to interact with people and engage with them online, the rules have been kind of loosey-goosey. And what I mean by that is we just said, hey, you know, basically don't be a dick. You know, be nice to people, be kind, be respectful. You know, that to me is just should be expected. Mm-hmm. But a good friend of ours, Russ, who also helps, actually runs Rope by PGH or Rope by Pittsburgh, recently was traveled to one of our sister clubs. They're a part of the ML system, Oasis in Toronto. Mm-hmm. And in being there, they had gotten some information from them about consent and all that. And something that struck him was they have a policy about how to interact with other members. And it's a ask once policy. And simply put, that means you get one ask for whatever it is that you want, whether it's conversation, whether it's friendship, or whether it's more. You only get to ask once if the answer is no. No follow-ups, not why not how about now, just no. So probably one of the bigger challenges with managing an online social community is, you know, it's difficult to know when to draw the line with people in trying to make connections. Some people just literally take it too far. Mm-hmm. So I want to overlay this onto our online community and say that if you reach out to somebody and you don't get a response, just like in person, if you were to ask for something and you don't get a response, that's a no. You don't get to keep asking. Yeah. I do, however, want to add one more layer to this. This is my add-on to this, and I don't know if Oasis does this or not. I think that in the context of online, you can send one more message that says, hey, just in case you missed my first message, I wanted to let you know I did message before, but if you're not interested, this will be my last message. If something changes, reach out. Ask once, say goodbye once. That's it. Simple, easy to remember, easy to understand. Mm-hmm. That said, if there are members either in the club or on the online community who do not honor that, please bring it to the club's attention by hitting the report button which is on the lower right hand corner of every single page. And then we'll investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Is that simple enough to understand? For those of you who are watching, does that make sense? Is that silly? Is it confusing? Please let me know, because we are adopting this in this form or fashion moving forward.
I think it's very easy to understand. I mean, it kind of it makes it easier also to be able to say for most people no.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people say that they're scared to say no to a situation uh, for fear of retaliation, or just being people pleasers and not wanting to let people down, and or how do I deal with the person at the club again if I say no, and now they're going to look at me sideways or something. But I think in this instance, knowing that the policy is, ask once and that's it, then there shouldn't be a reason for, the inability to say no, or for to think that there's retaliation or anything of that nature,
Right.
because it's just a simple policy. Ask once.
Yeah. So we're going to be updating the website with that.
Mhm.
The news feed will be updated with that. So it's really designed to weed out the creeps.
Yeah.
Those that can abide by that, it's super simple. If you have a difficult time receiving no's, and you need to know the reason why it's a no,
Mm-hmm.
you may be part of the problem. So, just as much as you may have the courage to ask the question,
Mm-hmm.
have the courage also to gracefully receive that no.
Right.
So anyway,
Yeah.
policy update. Ask once, one goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, and also that makes it also easier to weed out the people that just send that message that says, hi.
Or how about now?
Yeah.
How about now? What you doing today?
Yeah.
Hi, how's your day?
Yeah.
If you don't get a response, it's a no, period.
Yeah.
Send one follow-up in case you missed it. If it's a no and you don't respond, you won't hear from me again.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. So anyway. So we were talking a little earlier today at dinner, the subject of NCSF and an article relating to the Diddy trial.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have to confess that I am only vaguely familiar with the situation, simply because I don't care about Diddy. And I don't follow that sort of thing anyway, but I am vaguely familiar with the situation, and he has a lot of allegations against him, sexual allegations and
Trafficking allegations,
and that he's attempting to use consensual non-monogamy and kink and BDSM as a defense for his actions.
Mm-hmm.
Am I getting the gist of it?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have the article up. Basically, it says that his legal team has attempted to frame his behavior as part of a swinger lifestyle, arguing that his actions were simply reflective of consensual non-monogamy. However, this defense misrepresents the core values of what ethical non-monogamy and swinging is, and kink. You know, at no point in time is there any consent involved. It's more about coercion and, obviously power imbalances
Power dynamics.
and power dynamics. And it's that using that defense only brings up more stigma for those of us that are actually in the lifestyle and practicing the lifestyle in an ethical, consensual way.
Yes, it's and unfortunately, and maybe fortunately, I'm saying unfortunately, I'm practicing moving into the positive, and with that, despite the fact that Diddy is attempting to use that as a defense, it's only going to highlight and articulate the stark contrast between what he was doing and what actual consenting adults do.
Yeah.
And frankly, I think ultimately it ends up being a benefit for those of us who practice these things as a part of our daily lives, or as part of our, hobbies or fun time. Yeah, fuck Diddy. And I don't mean in the fun way.
No, there's no baby oil here for Diddy. No baby oil love.
Speaking of baby oil, somebody was talking about lube, using lube for some specific purpose, and it was reminded of the time we were bidding on a 55-gallon drum of almost expired. It was like raspberry or strawberry lube.
Yeah.
Flavored lube.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I mean, I'm like, gee, I don't think I could pump enough little mini shop bottles of lube before this sucker expires. There's no way I could. It's like,
Right.
wow. But yeah. If you go to, I'll put up the NCSF.
Yeah, if you don't mind putting that in the chat. For those of you who are watching, also, if you're not currently an NCSF member, that's the National Coalition for Sexual Freedom. It's $25 a year per person to support their cause, and I will tell you, they do a lot of good. They do a lot of hard work. They are advocating for all of our rights.
Right.
Every moment of every day. And they are part of the reason why the shop is still here. That and thanks to this community when the club was on the verge of potentially closing.
Yeah.
So please support them. The club is a coalition member. If you have a group, I know that like Pittsburgh Bridge is a coalition member. It's $100 a year. And you also you actually get voting rights in terms of for the board meetings and stuff like that. So please consider joining the coalition, National Coalition for Sexual Freedom. $25 a year per person, or $100 for a coalition partner. So, or if you just want to donate, if you don't care about being a member and want to donate, you can do that too.
Yeah.
I think we'll be going to be doing a fundraiser for them next month for Pride Month.
That's awesome.
Yep. Anyway, just wanted to throw that in there since we were talking about Diddy.
Yeah, I mean, it was his first day in court.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, Marilu.
I said this is his first day in court, so it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of stuff his defense pulls out. And because there's specific acts that are outlined in the court case. So
yeah, I mean, maybe I hate putting my attention into stuff like that. I guess I just hope for the best, that the best possible outcome. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's a typo. That's a typo, Brian.
Brian, yeah, they'll take $1,100 a year, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would really, really implore everybody to join. If you're not already, please do so.
Yeah.
So anyway,
they've even been advocating for P-Town.
yeah. For those of you, Marilu, you read me the article of what happened at P-Town. Is anyone else familiar with what happened with P-Town? Was that last Friday or 2 Fridays ago now?
I think it
was 2 Fridays ago.
2 Fridays ago. Basically the establishment was raided by approximately like 20 state police officers and undercover agents during a drag show. And they made everyone leave the establishment and stand outside in the rain while they were, quote unquote, raiding the place and doing whatever they were doing, only to then find some of the police officers or the state police officers asking the drag artist Amanda Lepore for autographs and pictures.
Well, that just goes to show you that not everybody's a douchebag,
right? But again, it was supposed to be a random thing that they did, and it just for some people it was a rather traumatic experience and triggering.
And it very well may have been random.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that way given the climate of things.
Correct.
But one can never know. And I guess the good thing is, there wasn't anybody in trouble or anything, correct?
Right.
So that's ultimately what we want. We want outcomes where when they look for shit, there ain't shit to find.
Right.
And so, just be careful where you hang out too.
Yeah. Yep. So, but yeah, that was P-Town, and NCSF put out a media statement and update about it as well.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, we were talking about the club running into issues last year. I can't remember if we talked about this on one of the live streams, but there was a club in Connecticut that was having some troubles with the town that they were in. Unfortunately, they lost that fight. They did get shut down, and as did the one in Louisiana that was trying to open.
The one in Arcadia Parish, yes.
Right. So there are areas in the country, folks, where this stuff just doesn't fly, and it's very much NIMBY, not in my backyard.
Right.
Despite the fact that virtually all of these clubs do very well, or at least cater to their communities and provide a space for them to, explore and have fun.
Right.
And they're all fucking adults.
Yeah.
So, anyway, off my soapbox.
So, more or less, support NCSF because they support us and they support you in being able to express yourself and do the things that you want to do and do the things that you're able to do here within our space.
Moving on to something more fun.
Yes.
We did talk about the Hump Festival, but we completely glossed over Yacht Rock Night.
Yes, this past week we had quite a few things going on.
What did you think of Yacht Rock Night?
Hey, I was bebopping around. I was looking up at our DJ, and every once we're like, "Oh my god, I remember this."
I was waiting for Steve to pop in. I was kind of waiting to see if he would pop in so I could give him a shout out. But Steven, who comes on the live stream here, was the DJ that night. Have we confirmed whether or not they're coming back?
No.
Okay.
It's only Monday.
Got it. Okay. Bubble says, like Madonna said, express yourself, don't repress yourself.
Exactly.
Yes. I loved Yacht Rock Night, and fuck y'all, we're doing it again.
Like I said, it was fun. It was a nice group, of members that showed up for it. Um, of course, everyone was like, "I remember this song, and I remember that."
There he
And
is.
there he is, and I remember this, and I remember that. Blah blah blah. So, definitely a lot of nostalgia being thrown around with yacht rock.
Yeah.
And I know that there were some people that were kind of like, "Can you play something that's a little bit more upbeat?" And I
No.
loved. Hold up! I love that our DJ in turn was like, "Sure, it's yacht rock night though, so it's gonna be a little bit more upbeat yacht rock." So then he just started playing remixes of yacht rock songs
I mean, I
with a
like
little bit of the
them.
techno in the background, and I was like, "You go."
I don't know. I'm a little bit of a purist. I only want to hear the originals. At
Hey,
least if I'm coming for yacht rock night. If I want EDM rock night, yacht rock. Maybe that's the next one, Steven.
it definitely, it it appeased those that were asking for something with a little bit more of a beat. I when he said that to me, I was like a conga beat? Like what is I mean, coconuts bashing? I don't know.
Right.
What is
Gloria
it?
Estefan.
Yeah, that's way beyond yacht rock.
Yeah,
But
I would agree. Same era.
yeah. But yeah, it was a lot of fun on Friday after that. So like our Friday was a full day for us because we were in the office. Then from there we went to the meet and greet. Um, there's a
Um,
documentary, Bubbles, on
Netflix, isn't it?
Netflix about yacht rock and what
It's
constitutes
either HBO or Max
it's
or Netflix.
it's I believe it's Netflix.
Hmm.
Um,
Michael McDonald, Doobie Brothers, Bob Seger, Hall and Oates. Those are sort of yacht rock artists.
Yeah.
Which are some of them hate the fact that they're considered yacht rock artists.
Well, because then once yacht rock came about, they thought that they kind of got stuck in a genre that wasn't really like they had one or two songs that were yacht rock, and the rest of their music was more intense.
Yeah. Christopher Cross, Sailing, that song. I mean, that's yacht rock.
Kenny Loggins
Yeah.
was considered yacht rock. So yeah, a lot of cool music.
Yeah. So anyway, Steven, do we have any information on your return yet? Since you happen to be on here, if you don't mind sharing. Oh, okay, good, Bubbles. I kind of figured you might. I think you're pretty musically inclined.
Yes.
So yeah, yacht rock night, and then Saturday we tried to make it really a fun, like tie these two things together. Maybe I missed the mark, but Saturday was Surrender the Booty, aka
Pirate Festival.
Pirate Night. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pirates and Wenches.
yeah, and that was fun. There were people that were dressed up for that. Oh yeah. Steven says the Doobie Brothers have a bounce. You will recognize every song. But yeah, it's there were people that were dressed up for it, and that was great.
Were you present for the swashbuckling conversation?
Yes, as towards what a swashbuckler was versus, we talked about quite a different gaggle of.
Without using ChatGPT or Google or anything, if you know what a swashbuckler is, put it into the chat. There is one person specifically who is not allowed to comment because I know he already knows.
Okay. We'll see if anyone says.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody knows it's. Don't cheat. I see you wanting to look at Google. Don't cheat. You know who you are. And if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Pirate Night. We had a great time. Those who know swashbuckling. Maybe I'll give away something. Can we give away something if they know what a swashbuckler is?
Sure.
How about a pair of my used underwear? I hear that them making a lot of money.
What?
Used underwear. Isn't that what people sell online? Used underwear?
Used panties.
Oh, so I gotta wear panties now?
Hey, I'm just saying. No,
How much do you think they'll bring?
I don't know. A yassified pirate.
Yes, Bubbles, you win. And what does she win, Steve? Bubbles, would you like a free pass?
We could do that one for you.
Would you like a free pass? Maybe for Freaky Friday.
Mm.
Nicole. Oh, so Nicole says someone lives an adventurous or romantic lifestyle. By the way, I went home with the DJ. Damn. Here's the real question. Did
Okay,
either one of
Bubbles
you
is in.
did you get lucky? Did you surrender the booty?
There
I
you
did some
go.
surrendering of the booty Thursday night. Did I not?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So anyway, yes. So speaking of Freaky Friday, Bubbles, what do you want? Do you want 6 Degrees of Sexuality or Freaky Friday? What ticket do you want? Just you can either put in chat or we'll send a message.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll use that as our segue to
Yeah.
talk about this weekend's upcoming events. Actually, before we do that, Mary Lou,
Yes.
let's back up to tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night is our book club.
Yay!
Yay! It's our book club meeting because of Mother's Day this past weekend. We kind of rallied for ooh, they say there was booty surrender. We took a poll and a few people decided that tomorrow night would be a good night to meet. So from 7 to 8:30, anyone who is in the book club that would like to come out to the club, I'll be getting some pizza. So it'll be kind of like a pizza party.
I think you should get it from Angelina's. I actually had their pizza with a friend of mine on Sunday,
Uh-huh.
and it was pretty good.
Okay. We could do that. But yes, the book club will be meeting tomorrow from 7 to 8:30, and the book that we read this past month was Better Off Read by Rebecca Witherspoon. And I will say that I am actually in my last 3 chapters of the book.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually listening to the audio earlier yesterday and part of today, because you know how
With your mom in the car?
exactly, you know how Audible's a nasty little bitch. Because I turn it off, but the minute I get in my car and my phone Bluetooth
Starts up.
it automatically starts up.
Yeah.
So I'm over here bloop, 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 and trying to turn it off because it's literally at a point where the main character is in the middle of a girl on girl vampire orgy, and she's describing how someone so's between so and so's legs and so's between so and so's legs, and I couldn't help myself but go down on the pussy. And my mom's sitting in the car. Thank God she was kind of talking and in her own little world.
So she wasn't paying attention.
So she wasn't paying attention, but even with that, I was in a frantic state of grabbing my phone, turn it off. But yeah, sure, Bubbles. Just let us know which one you're up for.
Hold on a second. Okay. Well, I was trying to confirm there was supposed to be something else going on tomorrow night also, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So let's just say that we are working on a D&D night at the club.
Yes, we are. So Julie says they've had that happen in a work car. And because we change out cars occasionally, mine started in my coworker's car. Yeah.
I'm just glad Pornhub doesn't do that.
What, all of a sudden start playing porn on your... Okay, when you think about... I remember when the cars first came out with the windshield tachometer and all the stuff, or it would show it on your windshield. Can you imagine if it showed like you Bluetooth from your phone to your car, and then it goes on to your windshield,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden you could see the street and you could see the cars coming, but then there's like someone giving someone a blowjob, like...
Yeah, I think that would be problematic.
Yeah, I think that would... a lot of car accidents I think would happen with it. But that's all I could envision was, if when you said Pornhub in a car.
Yeah, I definitely that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So as soon as I get more information on the D&D night, I will we'll get it put up on the website.
Yes, we'll make it an official event.
Yeah. So yeah, book club is Tuesday. This Friday is Freaky Friday. It is typically the third Friday of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Central Outreach will be testing this Friday. So, as you know, they went to every other month. And this month they will be back at the club doing free STD, STI screenings.
Right.
They will also be, I think they're doing prep starts. So if you're interested in prep, you can possibly do that this Friday at the club.
Okay.
Speaking of prep, I did want to give a shout out to Vive Healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
They have now become the official sponsor of Buyout Weekend next month here in Pittsburgh. They are the official education sponsor for Buyout Pittsburgh.
Awesome.
So we just got confirmation of that today.
Mm-hmm.
So yay, Vive Healthcare.
Yay. Awesome.
Yes. So anyway, Friday's Freaky Friday.
Mm-hmm.
How was it Sunday?
Saturday.
Thank you. Saturday is 6 Degrees of Sexuality. And this is actually one of our more popular events. And we get a lot of new people that come out to this.
Mm-hmm.
In a nutshell, 6 Degrees of Sexuality is a color. We use color to indicate interests.
Mm-hmm.
And so the club provides 6 different wristbands. Now, part of this comes from an older style event called the traffic light party. Mm-hmm. And the intent is there are 3 colors: green, yellow, and red. Red meaning basically I'm just here to socialize. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone. Leave us alone. I'll approach you. Don't approach me. Yellow means we're interested in having a discussion, seeing where things lead. So feel free to approach. And green is intended to signal like, hey, I'm ready to play. That's the traffic light party. Those are 3 of the 6 colors that we use.
Mm-hmm.
The other 3 colors are blue, pink, and purple. And those are indicated to show interest in presenting, male presenting, female presenting, and or bisexual, transsexual. Purple. So pink, blue, purple, 6 Degrees of Sexuality. We used to, and I don't know if we're doing it again, throw in a wild card color that basically meant come one, come all. But I don't remember if we're still doing that or not. But it's a great way for people to signal interest without having to outwardly, pinball around and talk to everybody.
Right. That is true. Yeah. So that's Saturday. Sunday, I am happy to say, is the couples massage class that is sold out again.
Yay!
Again. Always a good thing. We'll be having another one in August.
August 3rd.
Yes. So.
Are those on sale yet?
No.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Right. Are they going to go on sale now?
They go on sale as a week after this one ends.
Okay, gotcha.
After this Sunday, the following Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, I don't want people to miss out on Memorial Day weekend and our double play weekend.
You don't? Why not?
Because it's going to be awesome. We have disco nights on Friday, but we have Glowgasm on Saturday with, of course, DJ Rock and Ronnie.
He will be DJing both nights, by the way.
Nights, yes. Yes.
I was looking at the ticket inventory this morning, and there are a couple of categories that are sold out already.
Cool.
So
I know Glowgasm is always a big one, ladies and gentlemen. So get your tickets now, as early as possible, before that one goes away.
Yeah, let's see.
And is that also going to be the opening night of the deck? Your big deck?
Yes. Yes. We will be opening the big deck on Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
So we look forward to that. We're just a couple weeks away, folks. The weather's been kind of crappy here and there. So people were asking for us to take the sides down on the smoking patio early. I've done that 2 years in a row, too early. So we're holding to Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
So it will be actually open that Friday night. So if it is a nice night, disco night will be a great night to come out and hang out and enjoy my big deck.
Yes. Yeah. And then we do have another our first summer meet and greet will be coming up as well, and that'll be at Paradise Lakes.
When is that?
That is May 30th. The club will be closed that night to give our staff the night off for being here for Memorial Day weekend for everybody in Glowgasm. So some of the staff, as well as ourselves, will be at Paradise Lakes for their opening weekend. And we will
Not
have...
Paradise Lakes.
Huh?
Paradise Island.
Island, yes.
Paradise Lakes is where DJ Rodney DJs
Paradise
in Orlando.
Island. And we're going to be doing like we do at all of our events there. We will be holding the last two cabanas for our group that evening. So
the last two or the first two?
Well, from their perspective, it's the last two because they count from the stage back. But when you're coming down the hill, they're actually the first two. So it's all about perspective.
Right. Exactly. So we'll be in the first two cabanas as you come down the hill.
As you come down the hill, yes. So that way we guarantee that everyone knows where to meet. Everyone has a place to sit. And, we keep our core group together for that night.
Can I make one more shameless promotional plug?
Sure.
We just put on the schedule, and actually we just sold a couple tickets to it today. Is Wednesday, June 4th is karaoke night.
Yeah.
So karaoke night is back. We're going to have DJ Elo, who some of you have heard already at the club several nights on Saturday nights as our club DJ. He will be coming in Wednesday, June 4th for karaoke.
Yes.
And then I'm going to plug really quick July 2nd. That's 2 days before 4th of July. DJ Hooch will be back doing karaoke.
Yeah. I mean, we have so much stuff coming up in June, too. We have the Freaky Flea. We have our Member Appreciation Night. And, of course, the big double play weekend, too, is the buyout weekend.
Yeah. So the tickets are going fast for that. DJ Tricky Rick is coming in from Orlando, Florida for that also. He hosts the bi-week takeover at Hedonism, as well as buyevents.com down in Orlando, Florida. You can certainly check him out. And one more shameless plug. I'm only saying this because there's not a whole lot of time left to get them, and we have a limited number of these passes available.
Oh, yeah.
But there is a Summer of Play pass available at summerofplay.com. There's 3 different tiers that you can get, and basically it goes from purchasing a limited number of points that get deposited into your account, and you can use them throughout the summer for events. We give you some bonus points, so you're actually saving a bit of money with purchasing that. You can buy a little bit more, save a little bit more, or for the super whammy deal, we have an unlimited play pass. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag on something here, Marilu.
Okay. What's going on?
With the Summer Play Pass, I do have it on the website that it's good from June 1st until the end of August. However, those who are purchasing this week, actually the next 2 weeks before June 1st, if you buy the unlimited pass, it's going to include all of the events moving forward through the rest of May.
Oh. So
yes.
You get to get an extra couple of weeks of dipping.
Yeah.
You can dip in.
Yes. For those of you who can figure out a few obvious things, this might be beneficial for you to grab one now because there are a limited number of these passes available. So summerofplay.com, get your Summer of Play pass.
What is it? Summerofplay.com?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Awesome.
Yes. So this is a members only pass, so you do have to be an approved member to get it. But if you are interested in becoming a member, you can visit bodyshopclubs.com, click the Apply Now button, fill out your application. It takes about 7 to 10 minutes if you really just, you're good on your phone, you can type things out, upload pictures, watch a video. If you're good at doing those things, it should take you about 10 minutes to do the application. If you really want to have a good shot at being approved, I would say take a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If you have a partner, have a long discussion with them about what sort of agreement or agreements you want to make with them when attending the club. So, and then put that down into your application. If you're approved, you can pick up one of these Summer Play passes. I do also want to say 2 other things. The one is obvious. We say this every week, that if you're not quite ready for the club, but you're interested in talking to somebody about that, you can visit MaryLouandYou.com and speak to a board-certified sexologist who does also happen to be Marilu, who I can't believe wasn't on top this whole time.
I know. I needed a break. I had a long weekend.
All right. Well, here you go. I'll be on top. The last thing I wanted to say, and this is for anybody who applies and potentially doesn't get approved, or if you're just not quite ready. You just mentioned a meet and greet at the end of this month.
Right.
That is open to the public. Anybody can attend that.
Right.
You can come meet Marilu and I. You can meet other staff members, other members of the club, talk, ask questions. Come see how normal we are. And, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. There are other ways to engage with this community. It isn't just coming to the club. Marilu had the massage class. She's got another one. There's a Freaky Flea next month. Get involved. We are a social first club. So don't get super disappointed if you don't get approved right away. Anyway. Anything else, Marilu, before we go? Did we miss anything?
Not that I can think of. I'm going through my notes. No.
All right. Cool.
We're good.
If you are interested in some fun gear, you go to dvncgear.com. That's dvncgear.com. You can get your Slut Union shirts, International Association of Ethical Sluts, Local 412. shirts there. You can get some shop gear if you're interested in buying some shop gear.
Yes.
You get that there also. Or you can go to slutunion.com. That'll bring you right back to DVNC gear. So if you have some shirt ideas or design ideas and it's a little naughty and you wouldn't mind maybe putting that on the website and we sell it for you and give you a little bit of stipend, shoot us over some of your ideas. We'd love to see what you got.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Keith, you have a good night also. We wish all of you a wonderful rest of the week. If we don't see you this weekend at one of these events or on Tuesday night for a book club,
yes,
we will be back here next Monday at 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. Appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to hit the get out of here button. You guys have a good night and a great rest of the week.
Bye-bye.
Certified free, 7 days a week. That wet ass pussy good. My pull-out game weak. Ooh, yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Swimming in it, baby. I'ma bring a bucket and a mop, darling. Give you everything I got. I'm falling. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Beat it up, catch a charge, extra large and extra hard. Put your pussy in my face, sweat my nose like a credit card. I'm on top, you wanna ride, do a gig or I'll listen to spit in your mouth, girl, while you looking in my eyes. Your pussy is wet, I'ma take a dive, I'ma tie you up like you're a prize. Let's play, I'll wear disguise, I'ma park my mattress.